guys, it's Esther again. So I'm back here today to do another video for you guys, and today it's going to be a little different. Today I have a video about how to curl your hair using your flat iron. This is a super highly requested video from everyone in my life, from like clients to friends to family. It seems to be the number one thing I keep hearing from people time and time again that just are really having a hard time how to figure out how to curl their hair with their flat iron. So hopefully today this will be a really good video for you guys to get some new information and learn something new. I'm really excited because I finally kind of have my setup set up. So hopefully this will be a better video for you guys to watch, and going forward I'll have more coming up for you. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want you to do is grab your flat iron. I'll show you what I'm using. This is one of my favorite flat irons. It's the FHI flat iron. This is, I believe, their classic. It's a 1-inch. It has the red base in it, and it just works really well. I believe it's a ceramic plate. I don't think it's ceramic tourmaline. I can't remember. But it has just like a regular temperature gauge that goes up and down, and it goes up to 450. So something you want to keep in mind when you are doing your hair, depending on your hair type, your texture, and your density, you want to make sure that you're adjusting the heat properly. Not everyone can be set to high heat, and really very few people should be set all the way to like 450. That's pretty high, and you're going to be singeing your hair. So keep in mind, the finer and thinner your hair is, especially if it's straight or if you don't have a lot of kink or curl to it, you really don't want to do a high heat. It's absolutely unnecessary. My hair, so this I've slept on. This is like, I think, day 3 hair. So I have pretty thick hair. It's more just like the style that you see that makes it look thicker, and the texture of my hair is pretty coarse. It gets really frizzy, so I need a higher heat setting for that. But I don't have a ton of curl. I just have a lot of like coarseness and frizz that comes through, and I do have actually a decent amount of curl, more like a really tight wave is how I describe my hair. So I use a higher heat. When I first wash my hair and I just like power dry it just to get all the moisture out of it, that is usually when I'll put all my product in. So I have Root Lifter in right now. You can see if I kind of mess with my roots, I get a good amount of volume. But other than that, I just have like a heat protection spray in there, and that's usually just how I just power dry just to get it dry, and usually I wash at night and I sleep on it, and then the next day this is what my routine will look like, which is what we're going to do now. It's pretty quick. I can usually get it done within like 5 to 10 minutes max for the most part. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm not gonna use a hairspray before for myself because I have that heat protection spray that has some styling benefits to it too, but you can use whatever you like. If you know your curl falls out a lot faster, definitely use a workable, touchable hairspray, something that gives you some heat protection as well. So I usually just warm my hair up. You want to start with your wrist pointing away from you, pointing into the mirror. You're going to end up turning it halfway where your wrist faces out. So go ahead and grab a section, and I do this pretty quickly. So I start with my wrist facing out, get your hair in, clamp down, turn, and you're just going to slide all the way down. Look at that curl. It's so cute. You guys, that's all it is. I promise, it's so easy. So many people have a really hard time with it, but once you get the hang of it, it's gonna be like so quick. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna leave this aside. I'm just gonna get it out of my way, and I'm gonna move on to the next section. I always start with that top section just because it's what works for me. I'm used to it. But again, warm it up a little bit. I like the top to be pretty flat, so that's another reason why I do that. And then flip and go down. I have a good amount of product in my hair, so it's skipping a little bit, but just loosen your grip up a little bit if you start to feel it skipping. And then you're just gonna go on. So I'm gonna do my whole head of hair on camera so you can see exactly what I'm doing and how quickly it goes. Just go section by section. That's all you're doing. Move the hair out of the way. You don't want to touch the section that you just worked on because you want to allow it to cool. That's the only way your hair will hold a curl. That's a huge thing actually that not a lot of people realize or really even know about, is allowing their hair to cool, because you're breaking existing bonds and pretty much setting the new style in place, and the heat is what's changing those bonds to straighten or curl or do whatever to your hair. But then allowing it to cool is what actually sets it in place. So do not touch your hair until it cools, which is what I'm gonna show you once I'm done here. So you're just gonna go section by section. You can see I'm not really being too particular about exactly what section I take, making sure it's like the perfect amount or whatever. I usually just don't take a section larger than the width or like the size of my iron. So like about a 1-inch section. Okay, so we're just gonna go all the way around. You wanna think about how your hair falls and the direction that you want it to go. I always like my curl to go away from my face because it's just kind of a nice current look. I hate when my curls come in towards my face because it creates more bulk around the face, and I don't want to draw more attention around the roundness of my face, so I'm not gonna do that. You guys probably noticed that I didn't really brush my hair. I brushed it earlier and I didn't really even need to so much. Why is my eye watering so bad? What is going on? My contact has been bothering me all day today. Oh my God. Okay. I'm just so passionate about curling your hair with a flat eye. Okay. So just keep going. Curl, curl, curl all the way through. You can see I'm just kind of dragging down. Some parts where like my hair is longer, I do move the iron around maybe another half time, where like it's not just a 180 turn, I'll turn it a little bit more. You probably noticed me doing that on this side a little bit. Whatever you need to do, but usually that 1/2 turn is all you need, or half a turn, not 1 1/2. And then just go down. If you feel it dragging or pulling a little bit, just loosen your grip up a little. If I feel like it's really curly like that, I'll just kind of tug on it a little bit. When it's hot, you can feel it, it's hot to the touch, and it'll kind of calm it down a little. And just move the hair around. So this next section here, the ones around my face I want to get really good. The ones underneath right here, I don't worry about too much. I actually kind of like when they're just a little bit looser. They don't have much of a curl to them because it draws my length down a little bit, which I want. I want it to look nice and loose. So I don't worry about that all that much. And then just the pieces that I see that are like frizzy, and you know, I sleep on my hair while it's down, so it kind of loses its shape. So I'm just kind of refreshing as I go. You can see it goes pretty quickly. I'm just grabbing sections at random, but it's not super random at the same time. Keep that in mind. I do think about where my hair is and how it falls and all that kind of stuff to make sure I'm getting the right pieces in. Okay, there's this. I'm just gonna grab this big section here. I don't really worry about the back, like to make sure I see it perfectly. I already know it's gonna curl just fine. So I just grab whatever sections, and just pull down. So I did mention that this is like third day hair, and that's a big thing for me. I really don't like washing my hair very often. I'll probably wash it twice a week. And the way I keep it fresh enough is I always use my dry shampoo maybe like 2 days in at night before I go to sleep. So I'll spray my dry shampoo in at the root, and then I blow dry it in, okay? And then I just sleep on it. And then in the morning, I have no white residue buildup or anything like that. See that? I'm just kind of reaching in the back, bring you forward a little bit. But yeah, so no white residue with your dry shampoo or anything like that, and you just get nice fresh hair for the next few days. So that's my little secret with dry shampoo. Try using it that way. I know a lot of people get really frustrated with like all that white residue buildup, and it makes your hair look really matte and not shiny and not healthy sometimes, even though it, you know, refreshes your hair and that part of it feels great, but you want your hair to look shiny and clean at the same time. Okay, so you guys, that's pretty much all my hair. Some of these bottom pieces, I don't really worry about too much. Maybe if they're a little frizzy, I'll just kind of smooth them out a little bit, and then grab the very bottom and give it a little teeny curl, bing, just to have a little bit of a wave to it. And as I'm doing this, I'm just kind of still, remember, allowing my curls to cool down. So usually when I do this and I have something else going on, like let's say I'm doing my hair first, I'll do my hair first and then start my makeup as my hair is cooling. It doesn't take that long for it to cool, but you know, you can do something else. While it's cooling, I will spray it. I'm gonna grab my hairspray. Sorry, like breaking everything. I couldn't reach for it. Okay, so I would just use whatever hairspray. This is what I had close by. This is actually, I like this hairspray because it has a little bit of shine. It's the Bedhead Masterpiece. I'll just spray it a little bit. Use whatever hairspray you have. And just let it set. It's feeling nice and cool to the touch now. So all I'm gonna do, yeah, it's all cooled down. So what I'm gonna do now at this point is I'm gonna open everything up, and then that's it, we're done. So I'm just gonna run my fingers through. It helps when you have nails because it almost works like a little comb. You're just gonna run your hands through, open it all up. I can really feel that root lifter in there from when I washed my hair and first blew it out, which is perfect. That's the only time I really use it, is right when I first wash it. Okay, so I'm just opening up my hair like that. You can do one more little spray if you want. Sometimes I'll back comb my hair if I really want a lot of lift, but I kind of like what it's doing right now. I don't want to look like I'm like crazy out of place. All right, so that's it. That's literally all it is. This is how I do my hair pretty much almost every day. It's looking a little messy, but I like that because it kind of has that like beachy, like messy texture feel to it. A lot of times I tuck the front behind my ears and just kind of bring it out. And that's it, you guys. That is how to flat iron your, curl your hair using your flat iron. And it's so quick, it's so easy. Usually I just do this quickly and I'm out the door. And for me, my hair holds the style for a few days. Like my curls will pretty much be there the next day. So really all I'll have to do is just like touch up a few pieces on top. But if I feel like doing my whole head of hair, if like I said, I slept on it and it's just gotten like a little too flat or whatever, then I'll just do the whole thing again. And this is literally what I do. And now I'm done. And that's it, you guys. So if you want to see anything else, if you have any questions or anything, don't forget, leave it in the comments below and like and share this video so I know that you guys are watching and loving what you're seeing. If you want to see anything different, please don't hesitate to let me know, and I will see you guys for the next video.